2 weeks ago, I first exposed you to Dr. Spa, which is a new venue coming soon to Duval Square in Key West. I spoke with the woman you see in the photo behind me, Dr. Adrian Curran, and this morning I'm speaking with the man you see in the photo, another board-certified MD, Dr. Jason Smith. Jason, thank you so much for being with me this morning.
Hi, Jenna. Thank you.
Okay, I'm very intrigued. I told Adrian this about Dr. Spa. I mean, you guys are offering such a variety of services, so many great services, and I want to touch on some of those with you this morning. And the first one I want to start talking about is age management.
Sure.
Could you tell our viewers what exactly age management is?
Sure. Age management is it's a relatively new paradigm in medicine. It's an emerging sort of science. And it basically is involved in three basic things. Number one is a special kind of diet, which has been shown to be anti-inflammatory and actually minimize the effects of aging. Number two is exercise, the optimal amounts and types of exercise, which actually do the same thing. And the third, and probably the crux of the medicinal aspect, is the actual hormone management, where we actually restore hormones back to when we were in our youth, roughly in our mid-20s to early 30s, usually when we're at our peak hormonally, and that's restoring the hormones that are missing, kind of making us young again, hormonally at least.
Okay, and now tell me about some of the benefits of age management, Jason.
Well, starting at about age 30, males at least start to lose primarily their testosterone, about 1 to 3% a year. It doesn't become clinically evident usually until mid-30s or late 40s, or excuse me, mid-30s to late 30s. And that's when it starts to kind of slow down. Recovery slows down, muscle strength kind of starts to kind of ebb, and fat starts to grow, and it becomes more and more difficult to lose fat and recover from exercise. Along with that comes other things like depression, libido loss, erectile dysfunction, all kinds of different things. So what we do is we give exogenous hormones to sort of kind of turn back the clock, if you will, and make you hormonally back when you were in your youth and your rigor.
Okay. What are the costs of this?
Costs vary from patient to patient depending on what your particular lab panel shows that you're missing. One thing that I will say is there's a lot of hype now about reversing hormones and hormone replacement therapy and bioidentical hormones and things like that. The paradigm that I use, I trained at Cenegenics out in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we only use actual research-studied, university-controlled, placebo-controlled studies that have been proven to actually make a difference, and it's less advertisement rather than the science. The science is actually very strong behind what we do. So it depends on what's indicated from the laboratory and the physical analysis, and then costs can vary anywhere roughly between $300 and $700 a month, all in, depending on insurance and things like that.
Okay. What's been the response to this that you've heard of people who have, tried this in the past?
Everyone that I currently manage right now actually really is enjoying the results. Everything from, I feel a whole lot better, up to it's changed my life.
Really?
Absolutely.
They say,
absolutely.
I mean, how has it totally changed their lives?
Well, we see, not only do we see fat loss and muscle gain, but we also see reversal of things like diabetes, hypertension. We actually see hypertension go away. People are able to come off of their medications. Cholesterol, high cholesterol go away and come off the medications. Even borderline diabetes has been basically reversed by changing diet, exercise, and hormone management.
So there are so many benefits of this.
It's tons. It's amazing. And I kind of I'm sort of being a scientist kind of by nature, I went out with a little bit of skepticism. And but I was amazed at how much science is actually behind it. And personally, when I went on the program myself, I noticed tremendous changes within the first 6 months. Really amazing, yeah.
So then the response is pretty quick if you noticed it already.
You usually start feeling a difference somewhere between weeks 2 and 6, and you'll continue to feel differences in the different sort of aspects of how you're going to feel as far as muscle and fat and libido and all those kind of things, the whole way out to about 6 months, which is where we usually reach a steady state. The nice thing about it is a steady state at that 6 months is usually far better than where you started.
Okay. Now we've talked about all the benefits of it, but are there risks associated with this?
Absolutely. That's a part of any medicine. There's always risks and benefits and pros and cons. You have to discuss that individually with each patient. There are certain contraindications to testosterone, estrogen, all the things that we use to modulate the folks' hormones. Some people are at higher risk than others when you give it exogenously or from the outside, and so you have to be really careful. about who you select as patients and who will benefit the most with the least amount of side effects.
Okay, and when are these services going to become available, Jason?
Right now, I'm treating men only, actually, but in the fall, I'm going to expand my practice to females as well, and primarily just because I'm active duty military right now, but I'm retiring in the next couple of months, and I'll have more time and expand the practice from there.
And you sound very excited about this. I mean, you're very knowledgeable, and you're passionate about this, aren't you?
I'm very passionate because I'm also a patient, and I've noticed a lot of the things that the benefits have been amazing for me and have really improved my life tremendously. So I'd like to extend that to the public.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for sharing all of this with us this morning.
Thanks, Jen. It's been a great opportunity.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick break right now, but when I return, I'll be back with your candidate for sheriff, Bill Grove. Stay with me.